I did this video before on my old channel, but I'm going to do it on this one. There's a reason why the Most High tells us rich people can't be trusted. Now, those of us that are wide awake, we're already aware of this, but unfortunately, it is pushed heavily in this country that you let rich people lead on everything. And if you notice, America is the most corrupt country on the face of the earth. Now, he's not telling us not to trust these people for no reason. There's a reason behind it. Okay. Number one, they are a people without faith. And that's because they believe they are gods on earth. Number two, wherever you put them and there's a lot of money, they are going to rape and steal from the company. Okay? You can't let these people into the kingdom because what they would ultimately do is walk in there and say, you see that fruit all on that tree? I'm going to pick all that fruit off and sell it to everybody, mark it up 400%. And then I'm going to take over there to that field, pick all those flowers, and I'm going to mark that up 600%. That's how they walk into a place. They're corrupt. You can't let corrupt people run anything because, see, they're not there to fix anything. They are there to keep themselves rich, take whatever money and kickbacks they can get their hands on, have full access to company money. But I promise you, they're not going to turn a damn thing around in a failing company. They're not. They're not. The only thing they're going to succeed in is filling their pockets. That's about it. Luke 18:25, for it's easier for a camel to go through a needle's eye than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of our Yah, our Abba Yah. And it's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. It is the absolute truth. And to back it up, just look at American corporations. If you want to see how well companies are doing, go to the Wall Street Journal and look. It will astonish you at how many billions are lost every single year in some of the biggest corporations you can think of off the top of your head. And these are million and billionaires running it. So why is it like that? You claim, oh, well, if these people got money, they're successful. That's not true. That's white man's logic. But let's take a look at reality. Reality says otherwise, ladies and gentlemen. It says these people are not the cream of the crop. And remember, the ones that came over here to America, they were your European bottom feeders. They were not the best of the best over there at all. They sent their riffraff over here to America. And this is why America to this day is a very corrupt nation. And money is being robbed by these very same people that they trust because they're rich. The very same people that are trust fund babies that never worked a day in their life, they got heading corporations and Wall Street and everything else. These people don't work. And when you look at the American markets, it shows they don't do no damn work. Now, I just want you to look at, I'm going to show you some proof. I want you to look at what's going on. Now, the American stock market, Wall Street, loses trillions with a big old T every single year. Trillions disappear from Wall Street. every year. All of those stockbrokers are millionaires, multi-millionaires. Some of them are billionaires that are doing the trading. But lo and behold, every single year, money disappears and they all stand around dumbfounded like they don't know where this money went. You got to be a fool to even believe them. But just look at the headlines. Trillions disappeared in stock market. Where did the money go? 2.1 trillion erased from U.S. stock market in 6 days. This just go to show you the level of corruption in America. Stock market erases 1 trillion so far in 2016. Cybercrime costs projected to reach 2 trillion in 2019. Wall Street final 08 toll, 6.9 trillion wiped out. Now, where did the money go? Where did the money go? Money don't just vanish in thin air. But this is the level of corruption that goes on among the rich that are running the joint. That's what I'm trying to show you. But you let a corporation start today, the first thing they're going to do is look around for some rich dude to take the top spot. And let's go back to our holy manuscript, tells us these are not the ones you should be trusting. But if you listen to your average caucasoid, they trust these people wholeheartedly. And look at Trump. Trump is dumber than a bag of rocks. This man has bankrupted virtually every business he's ever had. He's even lost money. Go look at some of the articles. Trump even lose money on his golf courses. Let me see if I can pull something up. Here's one right here in Scotland. In Puerto Rico, he already lost that golf course and threw the financial burden on the people in Puerto Rico. But look at this.
Crystal chandeliers, gold-plated taps. It's not enough, is it, to make him money?
Well, he has sunk a lot of money in to renovate the hotel, which is why we've got the gold-plated taps and the crystal chandeliers. And, you know, arguably he's done a very good job. It's a very luxurious place. It's very Trump. It's a lot of gold, a lot of bling, and not a lot of tartan, I would say.
Give us an idea, Stephanie, how much he's pumped in, how much he might be losing from his 2 golf courses, Turnberry and Aberdeen.
Well, in total, he has loaned those 2 companies, those 2 resorts, 152 million pounds, so almost $200 million. That it stretches back to 2012 when he opened his course north of Aberdeen. It also includes the amount he paid to buy Turnberry in 2014 and the money he has sunk into both to build the course, renovate the hotel.
So he has only 2 in Scotland, but if you take Scotland, Ireland and England, he has, 15 golf courses and resorts. Is he hoping that perhaps some of the others, if they attract things like the British Open and so on, might help pay for the ones that are losing money?
Well, this is the real interesting question here. Given the amount of money he's put into these 2 courses, it's unclear how he's funding those. I did put that question to Eric Trump and the Trump Organization, and they did not respond. It is a fairly sizable amount of money for them to be putting into just 2 courses. Turnberry alone, he has lent 112 million pounds to date. And, you know, I think obviously the Trump Organization has cash flow. outside of the U.S., he mostly does licensing agreements where he sells his name to developers in exchange for a fee. And, he made something like $45 million off of those licensing agreements in 2016, in the financial disclosures he made in 2016. And clearly he has, sizable other business interests, Trump Tower. But, it is a bit of a balancing exercise here, and it's unclear how he's going to make money in Turnberry, given that it's in a fairly remote location.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's losing money on the golf courses. And, Trump, he was practically going bankrupt before he ran for president again. This is why it came up, and he was fighting tooth and nail with anyone in the mainstream media that brought it up. He was having a fit, but it's the truth. There's a reason why this man won't show you his finances. Okay? In New Jersey, his casinos closed. I live in New Jersey, so I know this for a fact. He locked his workers out. And this was during the time when he was running for president. People were out on the boardwalk in Atlantic City picketing in front of the Taj Mahal. And those workers just showed up for work one day and they were locked out. That's how he treated them. And the Taj Mahal was losing millions every single year. His casinos, Trump casinos, were just losing all kinds of money. So it's not just the golf course. The golf course is one of many failures this man has done. But I want to refer you back to this Bible verse. This Bible verse is telling us over and over, never trust a rich man. Don't trust them. Don't do it. This society is contrary to the word. They 100% trust the rich. All right, so now we see that trillions get wiped out on Wall Street, and everybody is dumbfounded to where the money went. Where did it go? What happened to the money? And these people, ladies and gentlemen, get away with it every single year. These stockbrokers and these firms get away with wiping trillions off the books in America every single year. Every year. You could come back and live 10 lifetimes and you would not wipe that kind of money out, period. But because these are rich people and they got what they consider as status in America, they can get away with this. They get away with it. Now, I want to take you to this, and I want you to take a close look. The biggest corporations in America, technically, when you look at what they lose every year, they shouldn't even exist. But these are white, in many cases males, and these are people that they claim are the cream of the crop, and they got all this money and they went to Harvard and all these fancy Ivy League schools. So they are the best ones to run any corporation on the face of the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, a rich person ain't there to resolve nothing about a company. A rich person is there to fill their own pocket. They see it as an opportunity. They got access to company money. This is why they can throw their wives a $1 million birthday party and go on a $3 million vacation and throw their daughters a $2 million wedding. This is why. That's why they got these jobs. You can't run these people out with a rifle. This is why your congressmen and women and senators are multimillionaires, but yet nothing ever gets done in America. Now let's look at these companies. You have Uber. Uber lost 1.2 billion in the first half of 2016. But if you got bad credit, they say you're irresponsible. But if rich people lose 1.2 billion, oh, that's okay. And here's the irony about that. These people with these corporations can still get loans, still get grants, still get all kinds of government welfare to keep their business going, and at the same time lose billions every single year because there's some white person with money. They get to get away with this. US lose 180 billion to corporate tax breaks. Does that sound like people that know what they're doing and know how to run a business or corporation or a government? Hell to the no. Company lose 400 billion to hackers each year. Okay, now you're a mega giant and you don't know how to prevent hacking? I'm just showing you. I just want you to see the level of corruption in America from people that claim they are the creators of everything and know how to do everything. I'm just showing you they don't know how to do a damn thing, and they don't know how to run businesses. They'll be the first looking you in the face and talking about black people don't know how to run businesses and yada, yada, yada. But every time black people were doing well in business, here comes the white mob. Here comes the white mob. That's our history. Rosewood was doing extremely well. Fake rape allegation from some cave dog, and the whole place got torched. That was doing extremely well. Slocum, Texas, another one that got torched by a white mob, was doing extremely well. Town was booming. White mob comes, kills everybody, takes the town, takes the money, and you notice, and I want you to go back and look at the pattern. Every time a white mob burnt down a black town, they would come back and steal all the land, steal all the bank accounts of the black people, or if homes were still left there, steal the homes. But they claim you can't do nothing. You don't know how to do nothing. This is the claim they're making. But then when we turn around and take a close look at their business, look like they're the ones that can't do nothing, can't run a corporation. Whenever you're failing in banking, just print more money. Believe what your eyes are seeing, ladies and gentlemen. These people are horrible at business. They're not good at business at all. All they do is keep printing more money to compensate for the losses. America loses so much money on a yearly basis, it ain't even funny. But these folks never get called out because they're a bunch of white folks with money, trust fund babies, billionaires. So they don't get called out. IBM, 5 billion loss, highest in American corporate history. Toshiba could lose billions over troubled U.S. nuclear power deal. Oh, I can go over page after page after page. And it's all over the world. Okay, they give tax cuts and breaks to corporations, and then the corporations turn around and lose billions. the whole thing is corrupt, ladies and gentlemen. The whole thing is. There's not one single corporation in America that's not corrupt. Not one. But these folks claim to be the best of the best at everything. Start reading the Wall Street Journal every day. And I promise you, your eyes are going to pop out of your head with the amount of money these folks lose in a single quarter. All right, so let's look at a few more. Companies steal $15 billion from their employees every year. This came out in May 15, 2017. I'm just showing you the level of corruption. All right. Uber is losing absolute insane amount of money. Vanity Fair. This is 2017. April 14th, 2017. Chevron reports second quarter loss of $1.5 billion. And this is 2016. So these are recent. You can't even say, well, that was a long time ago. We do better in business now. No, they don't. No, they don't. State Farm lost $7 billion on auto in 2016, and this came out March 1st, 2017. So I just want you to see virtually all major corporations in America are shams. These people just know how to put on a good front and be good actors and try to convince you they are the best at everything. And it's a big lie. It's a lie. They can't run nothing, ladies and gentlemen. They can't. They never could. Every single president that started in America had a Moore as their teacher. George Washington, Andrew Jackson, Thomas Jefferson. They needed the black man to come in here and show them how to run a country. Your businesses, black businesses, was such a threat to them that they had to lynch 90% of the men lynched in America were black business owners. 90% of them. See, whenever you did well, they have to find a way to destroy you. Greenwood, Black Wall Street, all were burnt to ashes because you were succeeding without them. Every time you get ahead, they have to come and derail the black person because you are capable of running a business and outperforming them. That's why they have to keep torching black towns and leave no evidence that it ever existed. But we know these things existed because we can still read about those towns in history. Wilmington, North Carolina, is probably one of the best examples in the country. Wilmington, North Carolina was predominantly black. It had black booming businesses. White mob comes in, tears the place down, runs the black people off, kill black people. Wilmington, North Carolina is predominantly white now. They stole the homes, they stole the property, they stole the businesses, they stole the black bank accounts of those black people that were once there. All white businesses that have been in their family for years was not started by them. Many of those businesses were started by black people and were stolen by white people, and they've been passing it down in their families ever since. It's all stolen. ladies and gentlemen. It's all stolen. And I just want to show you this just so you can see these people are not the cream of the crop running America and running corporations and banks and all types of businesses across this nation. Not only are they lousy at business, they think they got the right to be bailed out whenever they screw up real badly. But there's no one to bail you out when you have a legitimate reason for your credit being bad. Nobody's coming to bail you out. But look, they sued Obamacare for billions to be bailed out in healthcare. They look to be bailed out. That's why you hear that terminology, too big to fail. And they're right, because there's all kinds of safety net and money for them whenever they do fail. And look, even universities fail. Harvard loses $2 billion in endowment value. Trump, huge operation loss came from mistakes and gamble. The nearly $1 billion losses Donald Trump appeared to have claimed some leaked tax forms could have come from risky investments. But they put this man in office. Oh, well, he's a businessman. Oh, he's a billionaire. Take a closer look at what this billionaire has done business-wise. It's not good. My eyes got open to this probably back when I started working in corporate America. And the company that I was working for was losing billions. Every time I would look at how it was doing on the stock market, it was losing billions. I was like, well, how do these people stay in business? Because the banks continue to loan to them, and they get all kinds of grants from the government, even when they're losing. That's how corrupt this place is. Many of these companies should have just failed and just disappeared. But they're still around corrupting the place every single year. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And if you can donate to my channel, please do. Peace, family.